But he who controls the senses by the mind, O Arjuna, and without attachment engages the organs of action in the path of work, he is superior. This verse refers to someone that's the owner of the senses. Such a person controls the senses with the mind. If you use the explanation from the Katha Upanishad, the senses are like the horses, and the mind, mane pragra evacha, is a charioteer that holds the horses with a rope. There's commentators on the Gita have said that a true person on the path of work, on the path of action, is one who follows the 3 steps in the 7th, 8th and 9th verses. If one makes efforts to do these 3 steps every day, then you will see the effect, because you will be auto-suggesting them to the mind. Shri Krishna shows these 3 steps in the 7th verse. The first says, but he who controls the senses by the mind, Arjuna, and without attachment engages the organs of action in the path of work, he is superior. The first is to control the senses by the mind. The mind is the king of the senses. The senses are therefore the subjects. Just the king is so, as we said earlier, so are his subjects. The king should give orders to his subjects. If the subjects make the king dance, then he is not a true king. The second step, without attachment, Arjuna, engage the organs of action in the path of work. The biggest difficulty is to get rid of this attachment. If we want to summarize the message of the Gita into a few words, then they would be without attachment. Shri Krishna says this over and over again in the Gita, without attachment. Gita Bharatji has said it very nicely, that attachment is a thing that comes very easily but does not go very easily. Repeat again. Gita Bharatji has said very nicely that attachment is something that comes very easily but does not go very easily. It comes, and when it comes, one doesn't even know where it's come from. It comes back, but it does not go very easy. Therefore, one must, without attachment, engage the organs of action in a path of work. The third step is that such a person becomes superior. Therefore, according to the Gita, a superior person controls the senses with the mind and without attachment engages his organs of action in his work, in the path of work. This is the highest stage. The second stage after this is an ordinary person, or the working class, the majority of us. This is a person that only does what he wishes. He does not perform desireless actions. However, he performs these desireful actions within the boundaries of dharma. For example, they earn money to look after their families. Therefore, they perform the desireful action of earning money within the boundaries of dharma. They accept that they will get paid in return for their efforts. They do not engage in a black market, they do not steal, they do not take advantage of other people. They stay within the boundaries of dharma. This is the common person. Such a person does not even think about controlling the senses. And this was a lot in the generation before us, who just did what they were told. They didn't think about controlling the senses. They may have a flash in the mind, but they did not think about it for too long. And this is an average person. The lowest level is a person who occupies his mind on the objects of sense. He keeps the senses engaged in the sense objects. This is because they consider the sense objects more important than anything else. Either they have not heard about anything that is more important than the sense objects, or they just think about these things. They do not think about the consequence of their actions, and they just do what feels comfortable. And this is a mean person. This is the average person. There can also be another type of this person, and this is a person that's completely lazy. Such a person doesn't do anything at all. He makes no efforts. The Gita also calls such a person an average person. This is because such a person also doesn't control the senses of the mind. Because Shri Krishna has already says, Matya na samgyo na karmani. Therefore, a person that doesn't act and is lazy is average, because that person is keeping his mind occupied in the senses. In the next verse, Shri Krishna will show us how to go from being a mean or average person to becoming a superior person. And you know what? We are going to finish the class on this note, because next week, for the first time in our Gita classes, we are going to spend an entire class on one verse. Shiv, we can stop recording. I just want to tell you